Trying to advise my son who's following up the steps on carnivore to get rid of inflammation. Okay, first off, I already know mostly pain. Because now his question is, without adding carbs, how do I stop the weight loss?
Yeah.
I'm telling him, eat more, lift more heavy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so there's two ways to gain weight. You can gain fat, or you can gain bone and muscle. That's literally your two options. And if you want to gain fat, you add carbs. That'll work. If you add enough carbs, you will gain fat, guaranteed. If you lift hard enough and eat enough protein, healthy animal protein and fat, you'll gain muscle, and you'll gain bone, and you'll gain connective tissue. And so usually people compromise because they want to gain the muscle really fast, and so they'll add carbs and they'll add protein and they'll work out, and so then you get the marbled muscle that Kim Howerton was showing us pictures of. Listen, marbled muscle, it looks just as impressive as unmarbled muscle. Damn, the muscle. You can't tell if it's marbled or not. You don't know if that's healthy muscle or not unless you're eating a proper keto diet. Then you can rest assured, no, that's solid muscle. That's not marbled muscle. And so if he wants to gain some, just bulk up, he needs to add carbs. But if he wants to add meaningful, healthy, lean tissue, he needs to eat lots of healthy animal fat and protein and lift heavy things. That's it, yeah. Yes?
Hi, Dr. Berry.
Hi.
I have a question on behalf of a member of our support group on Facebook, and she's a 56-year-old female. She is a breast cancer survivor. She's on Coumadin. She is on no other meds that we know of. She has a problem with her morning blood glucose and her ketone numbers. Her glucose is usually running in the low 100s, and her ketones seem to tank every morning. Her blood glucose and her ketones are usually pretty good at the end of every single day. So she has a history of the past 2 years fasting, 72-hour fasts every single week for the past 2 years. We feel like she might have wrecked her metabolism, and here's why. At the beginning of this year, we did a 45 days of accountability, and we asked her to try something different because her numbers have not resolved, and she's been doing keto since 2019. The numbers that she got when we switched her over to a high-fat protocol of 75% fat or higher and 15 to 20% protein and pretty much no carbs, her numbers started to come down into the 80s. And then, summer kind of happened. She had some great numbers at the beginning of the year. Summer happened, boating season, couple of beers, she's been back and forth and back and forth. She's trying to get back on this strict high-fat protocol. And I often wonder if she's actually eating enough. Mm-hmm. Do you have any insight?
Yeah, so first of all, why is her blood sugar going up and ketones going down in the morning? It's going phenomenal, right? But that's freaking her out because she knows she's been a naughty girl. And so now that blood sugar is no longer physiology, it's now pathology, and it's all her fault. Right? So how much is mindset a part of this thing that we're doing here? It's a lot of it. It absolutely could be that that's all this is. Now, do I think that her metabolism is broken? No. Sometimes we use language a little too loosely. And I think especially the healthcare providers in this community, we need to be very careful with the way we word things. If I reached inside you and broke your metabolism, what would happen to you? You'd be dead within an hour. So, is anybody in here, is their metabolism broken? Looks like everybody in here can fog a mirror. I don't see anybody unconscious. So there is no one in here with a broken metabolism. If you've been told that, no ma'am, no. It may not be working optimally, but it's not broken. That is not, and you shouldn't be using that kind of language about yourself anyway. You're not broken in any way, right? And so I don't think her metabolism is broken. I think maybe she could tweak a few things here and there. I think checking a full lab panel, seeing if there's anything that's undiagnosed that should have been caught by a doctor but was not. That would be a great thing to do. But dawn phenomenon, a little bit of guilt, maybe needs to cut the carbs a little bit, maybe needs a full lab panel to see what we can discover that's currently undiscovered.
Thank you.
Yeah? All right. How many healthcare providers do we have in here in any capacity? Healthcare provider, raise your hand really high. Okay. How many people, this is the first keto conference you've ever been to? Nice. Nice. Yes, sir.
Okay, my question's about knee pain and from shoulders and elbows. Pretty active. Been keto for over 5 years, lost a bunch of weight. Feel great, love to compete. How do I get rid of the knee pains? And
Yep. So you're currently keto. Now, all you guys know that the word keto has multiple definitions, right? Maybe an infinite number of definitions. Each individual person has their own, right? So is your keto fatty meat and veg, low carb veg, a few berries, a few nuts, or is it keto cookie, cake, pie, pancakes, syrup, shakes? I don't know. You tell me.
no, it's pretty much nuts, meat, veggies.
Yeah. So real food keto, whole food keto. Okay. And so, have you considered that there may be inflammatory phytochemicals in some of the plants or nuts or other plant foods that is causing the inflammation? Have you thought about that?
Or is it degeneration?
Well, yes, but if it's degeneration, can you do anything about that? Right, you're screwed. So why even focus on that? If it's inflammation coming from your diet, can you do anything about that? Right. And so now this is the great thing that I love so much that smart humans can do. You can use that genius side of yourself, not the idiot side. You can do an experiment and say, okay, I'm going to try 90 days of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Oh, cheese, doctor.
And let's put a pin in that right there because that's also important. Now, does beef, butter, bacon, and eggs contain cheese? Okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, because it's an elimination diet. It's eliminating everything that's just even remotely inflammatory to different people. And then at the end of that 90 days, if you're like, booyah, man, my joints feel great, there's your answer. Okay? Now, if they still feel just as terrible as they do right now, then it may just be degeneration. Okay? Now, degenerative joint disease, that sounds terrible. Sounds like you're crumbling. You know what? That just means arthritis, right? Y'all, you guys know that? That's literally what it means. It just sounds fancy when you say DJD or DDD. It's just arthritis. It's doctor talk, okay? So you've got some arthritis. Now, is it reactive arthritis that's just inflamed because of something in your diet, or is it degenerative arthritis that's literally nothing you can do about it except nothing? Right? How are you going to find out? Elimination diet, that's right. And then at the end of that 90 days, you'll know, and I predict that you'll be happy with the knowledge that you've gleaned because you're not going to be falling apart. Now, okay, now cheese. Cheese, what's wrong with cheese? Damn it. Who loves cheese? I love cheese. Both hands. Freaking love it. So, milk is for baby mammals. Milk is not for adult mammals. I'm sorry. If you want to unfollow me now, that's fine. I understand. I understand. I get it. Raw milk, yep, I've heard it all, tried it all, I love it. That's great. I'm not afraid of it, but it's for baby mammals also. It's raw milk's for baby mammals, right? Sorry. It's not for adults. It's not for bodybuilders, although you can bulk up on milk, raw milk or otherwise, because it's full of sugar, full of fat. You drink enough of that, you'll grow and develop very quickly. But for me, I stopped growing this way a few years back. Now I only grow this way. So, also lactose. 3/4 of the population of planet Earth is lactose intolerant. Now, in America and in Scandinavia, we act like it's some weird, they've got lactose intolerance. What the hell? What's wrong with them? That's the normal state for a human being is to be lactose intolerant. Did you know that? It's only very few minorities of ethnicities that have lactase persistence. You got that? I have lactase persistence too, yeah. But I'm very sensitive to the dairy protein, the casein and the whey. Get my joints every time, get my skin, get my scalp. I'll be having the dandruff again. So it's just, milk is to help baby mammals grow and gain weight as quickly as possible. That's what it's for. Is there another example on the planet of a mammal that drinks milk as an adult that's not given to it by human beings? Now, does life always find a way? Life always finds a way, right? If there's, how many of you guys grew up on a farm or have a farm? You can have like corn or feed or something. You can lock that shit up like Alcatraz. And what's going to happen? Mice, rats, raccoons, possums, skunks, they're going to get in it every time because there's nutrition in that to be had. Make sense? Biological, just a principle. If there's nutrition to be had, animals going to get in there. You cannot keep them out. Okay? So why don't we have some kind of little weasel or ferret or something? Why is there not some kind of mammal sneaking into the barn and sucking on the teats of old Betsy? Why has that never been recorded in the history of modern society? There's nutrition hanging right there and she's asleep, nobody would know. But Bessie is safe because that adult weasel knows that's no longer nutrition for me. That's inflammatory. That's going to cause problems because I'm an adult mammal. I'm not dumb enough to drink from Bessie's teat. Does that make sense? So, cheese. Cheese is less bad than liquid milk because the microbe is acting on the cheese to bend the protein molecule, making it at least slightly less inflammatory. And so many people, if they drink whole milk, their guts are undone. But they can eat a full-fat cheese if it's really hard cheese because it's been messed with by the microbe enough that it's not as inflammatory. But for some of us, cheese is also, there's another part of this equation, hyperpalatable. Who could just eat some cheese and then eat some more cheese? Right. And so any food that is not naturally, there's no naturally occurring hyperpalatability in life except for, where's the one instance? Think about this. This biology crap that they tried to teach you in high school, it's actually important. When's the one time for a human being that it's vitally important that one human being be addicted to a substance? It's literally life and death. That it's good that they're addicted to that. When is that one time? What's that? Newborn, yeah. You want the newborn to be addicted to breast milk. Right? How many of you guys have seen a baby or a toddler just fall down and just look like a car crash and they're, you know that blood curdling scream that they can do? Mama pops out the boob and puts it, it's done. Oh, everything's fine. Right? What other model have you seen that kind of immediate positive boom? Right? The baby's addicted to the casomorphones in the milk, to the lactose, to the casein in the whey. 100% the baby's addicted. Yes, we want the baby addicted or the baby will die because the baby will be over here playing instead of looking for the booze. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Liquid dairy is habit forming to humans. More so in some than others. You see how this all ties together and it's like, God, it just makes sense when you look at it globally. So that's the problem with cheese. Some people can eat it, they can take it or leave it. Some people, if they eat some cheese, that's it. We're going to the cheese store right now to get some more cheese.